because too much is at stake. We know it's going to be a very tough campaign, but we've had them before, and we've always come out on top, and we're going to come out on top again with your help. The reason we're going to win, and we have to tell the story of what I've done since you sent me so many times to the United States Senate to fight for you and fight for your community and fight for the state and fight for this nation. We're going to tell that story. We're also going to tell the story of my opponent, which is not such a good story. At the end of the day, people are going to know who's on their side, who's fighting for them, and who cares about them every day, from the morning to the noon to the night. I don't have to tell you that these are tough times in our state and in our nation. Too many people out of work, too many families struggling to pay the bills. The seeds of this great recession, the greatest one since the Great Depression, were sown. Over 8 long years of mismanagement, putting 2 wars on the credit card, tax breaks for folks who didn't need it, over $1 million on the credit card, just leading us in the wrong direction. Deregulation on steroids, that's what we faced. And it all led to this Wall Street mess. And I am so happy to tell you that at a time of terrible partisanship, the Senate passed the Boxer Amendment 96-1 that says, no more taxpayer bailouts for Wall Street. It's not going to happen anymore. And there will be a fee on the financial sector. We're not going to do this anymore, and we can't. And what happened because of this Wall Street mess, and what happened to the value of our homes as a result of it, we know 5 million jobs were lost. And it's very difficult to get back on our feet, but I have a plan to do it. I'm working on it now. I know you support it. I'm going to go through it with you because it's pretty straightforward and it has 3 parts. First of all, we have to make sure that California is the hub of the new clean energy economy, right? We have to move away from the old energy, the kind of energy we see as we look at the Gulf every single day and our hearts break, and we see what carbon does in the ocean and on the beaches and on the ground. Imagine what it does in the air. And we have to know that the country that leads the way on these clean energy technologies is going to be the country that leads the way in this century and the next. And we're losing time. We're losing time because we're not acting. And we have to make sure we do not repeal AB 32, which is California's clean energy legislation. We know that big oil companies from Texas have funded that measure. And they're trying to confuse people by saying that clean energy legislation is a jobs killer when it's a jobs creator. All you have to do is read the Pew Charitable Trust study, the UC Berkeley study, the Next 10 study, and talk to the venture capitalists right here in this area. And you know one thing for sure, even in this recession, the bright spot has been clean energy jobs. So we have to fight back, and we have to work, because California's always been a leader, always on the cutting edge, and we need to make sure that we do it again. You know, after the Cold War, I said, as they developed all these interesting new materials they were building planes and bombers with, I said, you know, if you can build a bomber, you can build a bus. Advanced technology buses, and you know what? We're building them. We're building them in Riverside County. This Economic Recovery Act went to the Santa Monica Transportation District, and they just ordered 1,500 clean buses. So we can do this, and we have to move forward with this, and it's very, very, very key. So making sure California is the hub of a clean energy technology is crucial. Those are the products that the whole world wants, and we need to make them. And you know what? Won't it be great to see the words Made in America again? That's what I think. Charlie Fiorina opposes every single job creation bill put forward. She opposes the Economic Recovery Act that has created or saved between 150,000 and 350,000 jobs here in California. There are several estimates of that. And I will tell you, if you really want to add insult to injury, she opposes legislation extending unemployment benefits to the long-term unemployed who are actively seeking work, who lost their job through no fault of their own in this deepest of recessions. Well, I guess she never needed unemployment benefits because when she lost her job, she got a $21 million severance check and $50,000 for career counseling. Maybe her career counselor told her run against me. I don't know. But she's not for American jobs. She won't help the jobless. So what does she support instead? More corporate tax breaks. More tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas like she did. More tax cuts for wealthy CEOs like herself. We cannot go back to those same failed economic policies. That's like giving the keys to the car to the person who drove it into the ditch in the first place. We have to create California jobs. We have to put our state first. And that's what I'm fighting for. And so that's what this election is about. My voice is sort of going out because I held out for this ninth stop in 2 days. But I'm strong. I'm strong because of what I've seen on this trip. I've been all over the state. I have met the workers that have jobs because of the Economic Recovery Act. I have met workers who have jobs because of the HIRE Act, H-I-R-E, which extended the Highway Trust Fund. We are seeing it happen. And people say, well, why isn't everything fine? Well, it just shows you how important it was to do this. This is an excruciatingly slow recovery. We can only imagine what it would have been if we didn't have these bills passed into law, and if my opponent had been in my stead, none of those jobs would have been real because those all passed without a vote to spare. So I can tell you this. We're going to get out of these tough times. And I can tell you further. I know this is a tough race. People have a right to say, well, wait a minute, I want to make sure that you're on my side. And that's where you come in. I can't talk to every Californian. There's millions and millions and millions of us. But I know that you here in this room have lists of people who trust you, who believe in you. I hope I can count on you. Can I count on you to spread the word?